Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Embroiled in one of the most competitive races for the Premier's Plate in its history, the dash to the finish line in the Senol NPL Women's Victoria continues to enthrall. And tonight, it brings us to Genesis Steel Stadium here at BT Connor Reserve for a battle of Lionesses. Preston Lions hosting FC Bulleen Lions. Seeking a third premiership in 4 seasons, Bulleen tonight have made the trip to a reservoir, sitting atop the table, kept there 2 weeks in a row by the heroics of their returning gold medal winner, Danny Buttress. And on an evening in which 3 premiership contenders will be taking the field, and with a Nike FC Cup semi-final against South Melbourne just days away, the pressure will be on coach Caitlin Friend's side to do the business against a unit mired at the foot of the table and set the tone for what they hope to be a big week ahead. Indeed, across from Bulleen, the season hasn't gone quite the way that Preston would have envisioned it at its beginning, and they'll enter this round 20 clash amid a 4-game losing run in the Victorian top flight. However, safety from the drop is still very much within their grasp, with any kind of point today against the league leaders going a long way to ensuring that when the numbers are crunched, their presence in the NPLW Victoria next season will be assured. My name is Joey Lynch. Thank you ever so much for joining me this evening on the NPL Victoria YouTube page, no matter where you happen to be tuning in from, be it here somewhere in Melbourne, in Victoria, Australia, or indeed tuning in from anywhere around the world. Some Friday night footy on the agenda, 2 sides eager for those 3 points for, as I said, vastly different reasons. But they have staged some pretty memorable clashes in the past. Bulleen doing the job the last time the two met earlier this season. And, well, they'll both be hoping to put in a good performance this evening. Both sides just assuming their pre-game huddles. FC Bulleen Lions close to their dugout. Preston further out on the pitch for the hosts. They'll be starting with Charlotte Prahorison in goal. In front of her, Sian Dewey, Amy Medwin, now Matsumoto, Yasmin Popovic, Fiorina Iria, Kirsten Malloy, Alana Filipovic, Holly Massey, Mizu Yamada, and Valentine Percy. Preston wearing their all-red strips, kicking from right to left of your screen in this opening stanza, going up against FC Bulleen Lions in the white tops, maroon shorts, white socks. Kicking from left to right, they'll start with Alyssa Dalost in goal, Kat Ranahan, Claudia Miocic, Sarah Kane, JG Garron, Olivia Bomford, Ava Bridus, who scored at this fixture last season, a delightful little chip here at BT Connor Reserve. Maya Markowski is back in the starting 11 after coming off the bench last week. Ash Jordan, Alana Cordolino, and Tiff Eliadis all lining up for FC Bulleen Lions. And Eliadis, as maybe some of you eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed, playing centre-back today. The resident Swiss Army knife of the Veneto club can play anywhere, and tonight, well, she'll start. Who knows where she'll finish, but she'll start amongst the defenders. As she ambles over here for an early touch after an offside decision against Preston. Coming into this game 12th on the table. The Preston Lionesses under relatively new gaffer Josip Loncharic. Come forward now. Popovic sends it out to the left. Uria. Low ball across the face of goal. Who's there to meet it? Nobody can touch it cleanly. And then in the end, Valentine Percy just swinging a right foot at it and sending it out. Valentine Percy back in the 11 after missing last week. 2-0 defeat away against Alamein. This is her 18th start in as many appearances. Eliadis to Miocic, and then gets it back to Eliadis, looking up, trying to splay it forward in to the path of Cordolino. Cleared away by Preston. Uria gave chase, couldn't keep it in. Markowski now dropping for a first touch. Taking it to the byline and then winning a corner. Medwin getting across to put pressure on the talisman for FC Bulleen Lions. So that means that just a few minutes in, first set piece opportunity is going to go the way of Bulleen. So numbers in the box for both sides. Fiorina Ioria, the only player out for the Lionesses as the ball goes to the top of the penalty area. And Ioria, who had snuck out, has a bit of space to operate in. One to beat. Beats them. Ioria, she's in on goal. They're lost to beat. Takes a touch, takes a shot, but they're lost. The veteran goalkeeper, one of the standouts in the NPL Women's Victoria competition, comes out, smothers it. And a huge opportunity for the hosts in transition is snuffed out by the Bulleen goalkeeper. Here. She scored 7 goals for Melbourne Victory before making the mid-season jump to Preston, showing the kind of threat that she has. Still looking for her first goal in her new colours. Maybe an early warning shot fired. Yamada, one way and then the other. Gets it back, looking up on the left foot. Keeps it along the turf. Played up the touchline by Holly Massey. Area. Into the box again, looking for an option. Preston with a good start. The second time they've advanced into the penalty area and cut the ball back into a dangerous position to go alongside their wingers' breakaway opportunity on the counter. Again, looking to lock the ball in. Amy Medwin there getting in the road and just knocking it back from whence it came. Seeing plenty of it early. Which probably isn't the way that Bulleen drew it up, given she's playing centre back, as we discussed. But that's a good ball through. Brightus across the face, looking for an option in the middle. Closest was Ash Jordan. She couldn't get there. And it wouldn't have counted even if she had, as she had strayed into an offside position. Such a massive pitch here at BT Connor Reserve, the largest in the Victorian top flight, men's or women's, and often for visiting sides it takes a while to just get used to the spacing. Her in their hands, heads it back. Holly Massey. Close attention being paid to her by Bomford, but she was able to get it out. Popovic sends it forward. Ioria. Got it to Massey. Poked away from her by Eliadis. Cordolino. She gets it central. Bomford to Eliadis. Carrying the ball forward. Falls to Sarah Kane. Slots it through. That's a gorgeous ball. And now the one-on-one opportunity is buried by Ash Jordan. The inch-perfect pass sets the winger on her way, and she makes no mistake in slotting it in. Progressing the ball rapidly up the field, FC Bulleen Lions, and just like that, the league leaders have their first on the evening. Preston Lions 0, FC Bulleen Lions 1. And making matters worse for Preston, it does look like right in front of our commentary position here, Fiorina Iaria has come off to get some sort of treatment, perhaps something, blister or something on her heel. No suds being warmed up on the Preston side though, so it looks as though she might just need some run-in repairs. Nonetheless, Preston down to 10 as they get the game restarted until their teammate can rejoin them. Midwin knocks it forward, comes straight back. Bomford to Kane. Renahan told to drive by the Bulleen dugout. Lays it off for Markowski. She plays it back. Bridus, inviting ball. It's going to fall for Cordellino. First time effort. Blocked away. And then booted clear by Malloy. But Bulleen have the numbers forward. Everybody bar Alyssa Dalost in the Preston half of the field. Cordellino has it stolen away from her by Medwin. Still playing with 10 are Preston. Valentine Percy. Clever little back heel. Springs Medwin into space down the left. Not a lot of targets in the middle of the way, Matt. Puts it to the top of the box. Matsumoto couldn't win out against the Bulleen defence. Markowski now turning it onto her right boot. She's got Cordellino in front of her. Rounded a defender, but the pass just straying away. Allowed Yamada to get across. And then the ball played into touch, which will give Bulleen a throw-in. It also appears as though the assistant referee is just in need of a breather on that far sideline. Meanwhile, Preston restored to full strength as Fiorina Iaria re-enters the game. Are we going to see a change here in the assistant? I believe we are. The fourth official is shedding their tracksuit. It looks as though one of our assistants has maybe pulled a hamstring. It's a freezing night. And indeed we are going to get a switch up. Temporary pause in play for both sides. Well, two other games taking place across the league tonight. Box Hill hosting Burundara. Box Hill sitting second on the table, held there only by goal difference. Well, that was entering the round. They now, on the live ladder, find themselves 3 points back of Bulleen, and Bentley hosting Avondale as well. Avondale fourth on the table. A high-powered Avengers side. Other games this weekend: Essendon against Keilor Park, South Melbourne hosting Spring Hills, Heidelberg up against Alamein. Melbourne victory up against Melbourne City, just postponed for a few weeks. Both sides still waiting here, and a few players trying to do their best to stay warm. Goal scorer Ash Jordan doing jumping jacks. ball is eventually produced for Preston to have a bit of a kick about. All of this time, of course, will be added on at the end of the opening stanza. The substitution of assistant referee is completed. Meanwhile, the Preston medico has come across to provide a bit of aid to our previous assistant. The fourthie has taken their position as the new assistant, and we can get underway again. Cordellino trying to bustle her way through. Markowski fighting for it as well. Surrounded by 4 players. She'll lay it off. Renahan. The delivery in. Seen off only as far as Markowski. On the left foot. Couldn't drag it back. So Bulleen immediately looking to jump on Preston straight after that rather lengthy delay, but no doing. But they will now have the opportunity to set up a cordon and try to box this Preston goal kick in. It's going to be taken short. There's some space to run into. Malloy eventually knocks it forward. Matsumoto. Whipped in towards the top of the box. Valentine Percy with the header, but not enough power on it, and will bounce safely into the gloves of Alyssa Delost. Massey, ball around the corner. Sean Dewey. Sends it back to Horrison. Ball knocked forward, and it will be a Bulleen ball. Bouncing around, up for grabs. Holly Massey comes away with it. Loops the ball forward. The foot race is on Percy. It's going to fall for her. Almost open goal, and she's dragged it wide. You had Mijicic retreating to put up some form of barrier. One wonders if it was the distraction that she provided that was more useful. As the Preston number 9 drags her attempt wide, and another massive opportunity for Preston goes begging. They had that early chance when the area was through in transition. Had it smothered by Delost, and now Valentine Percy just dragging her shot wide. To be honest, they're the kind of chances that if you're top of the table and you're flying and you're full of momentum, those you just put away without a second thought. But when you're having a bit of a struggle of a season, things aren't falling your way, you're scratching and clawing for points, as Preston are this season. They're the ones that go against you. But they'll come forward once more, looking to change their luck. Matsumoto, right-footed delivery, Valentine Percy. She had Delost rooted to the spot, but the diving header just over the bar. Degree of difficulty, much more difficult than her previous opportunity, but that one to missing the goalposts. The goal, sorry. Renahan, it's Bulleen. Fortune favouring them thus far. Cordellino, low ball in across, couldn't find its way to Jordan. Get cleared away. Kat Renahan can have a throw in. Bridus. Snakes between two players. Yamada got in the road of the cross. But still, Bulleen come again. Cleared away once more by Yamada. Bridus to Eliadis. As it poked away from her. Maybe a gap in the defence for Preston to exploit. Miocic deflects it straight into the path of Holly Massey. Massey, they'll certainly, well, Preston, if they can get her on the score sheet, things bode well. She's got 5 goals on the campaign, and Preston has picked up points in every game she scored in. The last goal coming back in round 14, a 2-0 win over Heidelberg. Medwin was challenged at the last by Renahan. Saw the ball spill out to Claudia Miocic. Kane drops to receive. Bomford. Eliadis. That a wayward pass. And it will be Preston ball just inside their own half. Right in front of the grandstands. Bomford turned into trouble. And in the end, it's adjudged to have last come off the Bulleen midfielder. Matsumoto was the one applying the pressure. Sian Dewey, signed from Adelaide United. Medwin sends it central to Popovic. Dewey. Some triangles being set up by Preston as they look to build the ball out. Dewey, first time ball. Good intent. And it's going to, the bounce will favour Preston. Matsumoto, looking for Percy. Her delivery took a deflection, which allows Miocic to get across. Just send the ball out to safety. Sian Dewey, heavy touch. Enables Bulleen to come up with it. Played into space. Foot race is on. Medwin against Cordellino. Prohorison joins in as well. And with Medwin just applying the block, the Preston keeper puts it out into touch for a Bulleen throw-in on their right-hand attacking flank. Tarkowski back to goal, trying to turn it face the right way, but she's unable to work her way past Popovic. Renahan, can she keep it in? She can. Difficult angle for the cross. Cleared away. Percy coming across. Eliadis wants the throw in, and she'll get it. Or her team will. Cordellino does very well to keep the play alive against Medwin. Ball in, it's met there at the top of the 6-yard box, but Ava Bridus unable to keep it down. So Bulleen, having survived a few good opportunities from Preston up the other ends, have one of their close range looks, albeit a difficult one, go begging. A decently entertaining opening thus far, both sides having their chances. Just the one goal delivered by Ash Jordan, played through by Sarah Kane, who gets onto the ball now and keeps the play alive, finding Markowski. 3 defenders converge. Battling for it, Markowski looking to use her frame to good use. And much to her chagrin, or dismay, pick your emotion, it's going to be a Preston throw-in. Maybe a bit of pantomime in there from the Bulleen striker. Valentine Percy, now she's converged upon by 3 defenders, and they'll take the ball away. Eliadis. Clever ball through to Bomford, but her touch, I don't know if it was a pass to Bridus or just a heavy one, sees it turned over. Matsumoto's come over to the left. Medwin lays it off for Yamada. Gets it back from Kirsten Malloy. Medwin carrying it inside. Pass lets her down. Bridus sends it all the way back. I think Mijicic was the intended recipient. Massey took it away. Mijicic poked it back to her side's advantage. Bridus passing as she fell. Couldn't thread the needle to Cordolino. Gets up, recovers, and puts the challenge in on Medwin. Yamada, here's Markowski's footsteps. Cordolino's as well. Puts the ball out for a Bulleen throw-in. Renahan. Did she keep it in? No, she didn't. But it's a Bulleen throw-in. Cordolino sandwiched between Matsumoto and Medwin. The former pokes it away before it can reach Renahan. And Bulleen can have another throw-in on this right-hand side. Cordolino trying to turn. Matsumoto takes it away. Valentine Percy. And this left-hand attacking flank of Preston. Touch lets her down. Mijicic intercepts and then sends it to Alyssa Dalost. Bulleen goalkeeper, making her 20th start of the league campaign, has 8 clean sheets. The last one come in last week in the 1-0 win over the Bentley Greens, leaving number 9 today. Currently on pace to get it. Thanks to some wayward finishing from Preston, as well as some of her own heroics. But plenty of football still to be played here at Jenna Steele Stadium at BT Connor Reserve. Markowski able to face goal. Matsumoto and Yamada defending her. And it's Yamada who sends it out for another throw-in. Nice turn by Bomford, advancing into the penalty area. Couldn't get the cross away before the challenge comes in from Sian Dewey. So Bulleen can have their second corner of the game. They had one very early which came to naught. And then Preston marched up the other end and almost had a goal on the counter. Perhaps not surprising this time to see Cordolino just paying a bit closer attention to Fiorina Iaria. Sarah Kane wound up. Would have been spectacular had she been able to guide it into that top corner, but just a bit too underneath it. Medwin. Trying to find Matsumoto. Instead they'll get it to Valentine Percy, ball over the top. Is Holly Massey onside? The flag goes up. So almost timing it with the Preston Lionesses. Just not quite coming off, but again, we see maybe an avenue to goal for the hosts. Bulleen getting numbers forward, looking for a goal, and then leaving plenty of space on, as I said, what is a huge pitch here at Jenna Steele Stadium at BT Connor Reserve. Space that Preston attackers can exploit. Turnover here. Dewey. Yamada's ball along the turf, picked out by Kane. Cordolino turned into trouble. Was able to get the pass to Eliadis. Renahan feints the ball back to the centre back. Threads the needle. Cordolino turns Medwin. Tries to turn on the Jets, but very good reading of the play by Mizu Yamada. But the danger not quite cleared for Preston as Bulleen can have themselves another set-piece opportunity, another corner. Olivia Bomford to take right in front of the youngsters banging the drum at the old scoreboard here at Preston. Bulleen form their conga line at the top of the box before making their runs. Corner doesn't beat the first defender. And then Dewey, under pressure from Markowski, puts it out for another. Tonight, of course, a double-header here at Jenna Steele Stadium. Preston's men to face Hume City later tonight. You can catch that game on the NPL Victoria YouTube page as well. Bomford keeps it low. Percy clears it away. Kane sends it back central. Eliadis plays the 1-2, winds up. And that one just, in the end, I think it was both high and wide. And the goal kick comes for Preston. Yamada. Medwin. Loses one, loses two. Dewey. Back to Medwin. Holly Massey. Medwin continues her running, is rewarded. Ghosts past Renahan. Has Matsumoto on her left, doesn't need her. Amy Medwin. And in the end, it's Sarah Kane. It's that picture of stability for Bulleen in the midfield that gets back and lays the much-needed challenge, allows her teammates to get back and get into their shape as Preston look to reload. Bulleen coming up with it. Popovic's pass, not what she intended. Markowski, one touch. Over Brightus' ball. Cordolino is onside. She's got Jordan in support. Couldn't get it across before a perfectly timed sliding challenge from Yamada comes in and wins the goal kick. Top defending from the mid-season edition for Preston. Sorry, not the mid-season edition. Yamada, this is her second season at BT Connor Reserve. Her 20th start, in fact. There's a couple of goals in the league, one as well in the cup. They all actually came in an 11-day stretch back in May. Josip Lončarić giving instructions to his centre back, Preston Malloy. Loncharic coming in just a few weeks ago. College, the former coach, departing after Preston's 3-0 defeat against Box Hill. Loncharic tasked with seeing out the remainder of the season, avoiding the drop, which he should be able to do. 9 points clear of second bottom Melbourne City entering this round was Preston, and then looking to build and return the Lionesses back towards the top of the table in 2027. Right now, though, his more pressing priority is guiding his Chargers to an equaliser and then maybe something more against top of the table Bulleen. Ash Jordan's goal, the difference between the two sides here in this opening half. We've gone just over half an hour here at Jenna Steele Stadium at BT Connor Reserve. As there's Markowski. Well, Hollywood in her eyes. Markowski winding up from well downtown. Couldn't make proper contact with the shot, and it sails rather comfortably into the breadbasket of Charlotte for Horrison. Maya Markowski, she's got 19 goals in the league campaign, second in the Golden Boot race. But in relative terms, the Guns have fallen somewhat silent for Markowski in recent times, without a goal in 3 games, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's her longest scoreless streak of the season. Ball up for grabs in the midfield. Kane coming through, runs into Dewey. Pokes it back for Yamada, who has some time to decide what she wants to do, and that's combined with Preston Malloy. Preston knocking the ball around, trying to find a way through Bulleen's shape. And they're stepping up just a bit more now, Bulleen, having forced Preston back into their penalty area. That's Jordan arriving in a hurry, as is now Markowski. The pressure on. Cornelino up the back of Medwin. And the ball will go out for a Bulleen throw-in. So that defensive shape of Bulleen does its job. What can they do with the throw-in? Not a lot. They'll give away the free kick. Molly Massey wanted the advantage. She's not going to get it. Yamada hoofs it forward. Off the chest of Percy. Can she keep it in? She can. Matsumoto, it's going to be a rather forlorn chase. It's cleared away by Miocic. Touch off the head of Cordelino. Clever idea. Ball did her no favours. Bouncing out just inside. Her sides have it. Let's call it on the halfway line. And then Medwin will steal a few yards, as you do. Renahan trying to take it away. Percy in there as well for Preston. Eliadis. Miocic. Kane. Eliadis. Bomford. Renahan. The brightest, too much on it. That'll be a goal kick. Medwin turns on the Jets. Amy Medwin. 50-50. Renahan gets there ahead of Area. Medwin again. Dewey lets it run. Let it run well. Took it away from Jordan. Harrington. Samoto able to keep it in. Only as far as Sarah Kane, though. Markowski turning. She's got Cordolino in a bit of space. It's where the ball goes. Can she keep it in? She's quick. She can. Now she'll have to race Yamada. Gets there first. Speed kills. Does Cordolino. She whips the ball in. Was looking for Ava Bridus. Couldn't find her. Malloy comes up with it for Preston. Time Percy scans behind her. Sees Miocic. So she lays it off. Dewey almost turned into trouble there, but under requisite space. Massey to Popovic. To Medwin. Holly Massey now. Time to turn. Round the corner looking for Yaria. Couldn't get it to her. And Delost will calmly come out to claim. Former Perth Glory. Western United goalkeeper. You have to think with Bulleen only conceding 17 goals this season, this would be on a few A-League women radars heading into the new campaign. Kane. Turns forward by Bomford. Heavy touch from Markowski. Slides in an attempt to recover. Oyeria is able to stand up under the attention and lay it off. And she'll get back into her left wing position as Preston look to build. Popovic knocks it forward. Matsumoto giving chase. Right against JG Garin. And Garin's going to win a throw in. Boise, Idaho native at left back for FC Bulleen Lions. Bomford coming under significant pressure. Dallas kept her cool. Bulleen will eventually cough it up, probably after the worst of the pressure had actually dissipated. Can Preston take advantage? They've had a few really good looks on goal in this opening half, unable to take them. So they'll work the ball from right to left. Medwin, probably Preston's best afield in this opening stanza, albeit looks of Holly Massey and Area not too far behind, albeit the Preston winger on that occasion unable to keep it in. Markowski tries to find Cordolino. Medwin intercepts. Dewey. Molloy. Holly Massey. Shielding it from Kane before sending it to Yamada. Dewey, first time ball. Wanted Matsumoto. Goes straight down the gullet of JG Garin, but Valentine Percy's going to win it. And then she'll get it to Matsumoto. Looking for Percy, will spill to the top of the box. Dewey was unable to arrive before Bulleen clear it away, and then that won't be kept in. Bomford. Kane scans. find what she wants to do. In the end, let's get the ball over Briders. Renahan has to hustle to keep it in. Then plays the first time ball to Cordolino. Medwin read it very well. Yamada climbs down in both directions, sends it back to Horison. Malloy. Bulleen's press again. Was Markovski onside? No, she wasn't. Difficult to blame her, though, on that occasion. The wayward pass, Cordolino's header, all happened very quickly. Markovski caught Preston, the keeper. Still yet to have a proper look on goal, Maya Markovski. Had that long-range effort that was dragged wide of the left-hand upright. Down there attacking the majestic Caravans end. Bulleen in this opening half. Preston attacking the Northern Motor Group end. Preston have always done such a good job of mobilising the local community. So many wanted to jump on board and support the club, which is really one of the biggest outside of the A-League here in any NPL competition. Kane spies Massey, so she sends it back to Mijicic. Takes a heavy touch. Now maybe an opportunity for Preston to exploit the gap left behind. Only for Sarah Kane to clean up. She is so adept at doing. Former gold medal winner. Garron. With a Jordan, it's going to find its way through to Markovski. Lays it off for Kane. That pass not quite as surgical as the one that teed up Jordan for the goal. And instead it's claimed by Charlotte Horison. Medwin, round one, round two. Always going to do something with the ball, Amy Medwin, and now Percy. Almost played through, but Dalost, aware of the danger, up and out to claim. Maybe made to pay for a tad by Eliadis, but no worse for wear, it appears. And with 45 minutes gone here at Jenna Steele Stadium at BT Connor Reserve, 4 minutes of added time at the end of this opening stanza. You see Bulleen Lions, the table toppers, with a 1-0 lead. Make that 1-1! In the shadows of half-time here at Jenna Steele Stadium, it is Valentine Percy that levels things up. Preston strike just before half-time. And just like that, equilibrium is restored. They've had their chances. They'd all gone begging until now. Valentine Percy, her 6th of the campaign. Their first since back in round 14. And a game once again on our hands. And, well, no doubt eager and happy to see that. Not just the Preston faithful, but the likes of Box Hill, who entered today second on goal difference alone. And then just a bit further back, the likes of Essendon and Avondale. This race for the Premier's Plate so tight. And now Bulleen back on level pegging. Can they restore their lead just before halftime? Cordolino The ball will ricochet up. Harrison with the punch. Who gets there first? I think it was Bomford, but couldn't make proper contact, and it's claimed by Harrison. Bulleen coming forward again, Jordan. She'll lay it off to JJ Garin. Mircic. Eliadis. Wayward pass. Popovic claims. Dewey in there as well. Massey. Poked away by Tiff Eliadis. Area redoes the laces. We can resume. Edwin's throw. Both teams want it. Preston will have it. And that is half-time here at Genestil Stadium, where, thanks to Valentine Percy's goal on the stroke of half-time, the two teams will head into the sheds locked up at one apiece. It was Ash Jordan striking early for FC Bulleen Lions, only for the Preston Talisman to come up big with scant time remaining in the opening half. Preston 1, Bulleen 1, a finely poised contest here in Melbourne's north as we head into the halftime break. Play will resume, of course, in around 15 minutes here in Reservoir. We'll have the countdown clock for company until then, but be sure to join us on the other side for more action from the Senol NPL Women's Victoria competition. Welcome back, one and all, for the second half of this round 20 Senol NPL Women's Victoria clash between the Preston Lions and FC Bulleen Lions. The battle of the Lionesses here at Jenna Steele Stadium at BT Connor Reserve. And if you are just joining us, the scores, they are locked up at 1 goal apiece heading into this second 45 minutes. Ash Jordan putting FC Bulleen Lions ahead early, only for Preston's talisman Valentine Percy to level things up just at the beginning of added time at the end of the opening stanza. The ball sitting up for at the top of the box, and her finishing beyond Alyssa Dalos to ensure that this second half will begin with honours even. My name is Joey Lynch. Thank you ever so much for joining us for the second half of this clash, no matter where you happen to be here in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, or indeed anywhere around the world. We are live and free, of course, on the NPL Victoria YouTube page, your home of the Senol NPL Women's Victoria and Senol NPL Men's Victoria competitions, as it is Bulleen that will get us going once more to start this contest eventually. Bit of a false start. Now we can start, as Markowski gives the ball to Sarah Kane, who tries to go on a little run and immediately has her pocket picked, only to win the free kick. So Bulleen, through Claudia Mircic, will have the opportunity to restart in Preston's side of the field. Ball out to the left flank. The goal scorer, Ash Jordan, unable to bring it down. And then she's going to give away a free kick. So an all-action opening. This the first of 3 games happening across the Senol NPL Women's Victoria competition tonight, of course. Box Hill United facing off against Boroondara. That game just about to kick off in about 7 minutes or so. And then the Bentley Greens hosting Avondale later this evening. That one at 8:30. So we'll bring you updates from Wembley Park as second on the table, Box Hill. Look to, well, they'll hope, take advantage of a stumble by Bulleen and a failure to take maximum points and move to the top of the table. Of course, once this game ends, you'll be able to flick on over to that one on the NPL Victoria YouTube page and see the end of it. No doubt Coach Caitlin Friends and those Bulleen aficionados will be hoping you'll be flicking over, having watched them score a few goals, claim 3 points that will keep them out in front and atop the NPL Women's Victoria competition, albeit, of course, with goal difference, the difference between Bulleen and Box Hill entering the round. Bulleen, no doubt, also hoping that Boroondara, even if they're unable to prevent a Box Hill victory, at least keep things tight. And a lot to happen before then. They've got to beat Preston first, who have perhaps, well, not perhaps, they have had the better chances of the game this evening. Maybe not the best of play, but certainly better looks on goal. No doubt feeling as though they would have been good value to head to the sheds with a lead rather than tying things up late through Percy. No changes for either side at the halftime break as far as we could see signalled. As that ball is going to get played in behind the looking for Matsumoto. You could see she had acres of space if there'd been just a little bit more on it. Instead it finds its way through to Dalos. Jordan's ball intended for Kane doesn't come off, but she goes and picks up the scraps. Bridges' attempt to play the ball in behind doesn't come across either. Mircic. Pressured by Massey. Comes Bulleen once more, trying to feed Markowski in behind, then she'll gamely give chase, but always a bit much on that one, and Harrison claims it comfortably in the end. Markowski probably not seeing anywhere close to the amount of ball that Bulleen would have been hoping she would in that opening 45 minutes, certainly not in and around the penalty area. And that'll be a free kick as Eliadis was yanked back by Valentine Percy. Eliadis, of course, playing centre-back today. They've been on a bit of a winning run, have Bulleen, since Coach Caitlin Friend shifted Eliadis to centre-back, but we know she has the ability to be deployed further up the field. Markowski, first time effort, hit it well, just couldn't keep it down. But that's what Bulleen will be wanting to do more of across this second half. Finding Markowski in situations where she can lash out towards the Preston goal. Popovic. Back to Yamada. Switch out to Medwin on the left. First time ball. Unable to beat the defender. Sloppy turnover from Bulleen. Popovic, Holly Massey. Matsumoto has a ton of space on the right. Instead, Holly Massey continues central. And then she's going to cough the ball up to Sarah Kane. Maybe an opportunity begging for Preston. Mijicic. Mijicic attempting to play it in behind, looking for the run of J.G. Garron. Bridus. Bulleen throw on this left flank. Bridus turning central, looking for Cordolino, picked out. Medwin, look at the space for Medwin to run into. Amy Medwin, in the end, just pass intended for Valentine Percy. The angle wasn't there, nor the power. Now Kane, Jordan's got some space out here on the left. Will run beyond her, but plenty of opportunity to recover. Facing up against Malloy. Jordan, brought down, that's going to be a free kick. And here we go. And a yellow card as well for the Preston centre-back. And a free kick in a super intriguing position for FC Bulleen Lions. The distance quite favourable. The angle, perhaps not so much, albeit for the right footer, it would give you a tantalising amount of that top right-hand corner to aim at. So you've got Ava Bridus and Markowski in Congress over it. Looks like Markowski will take the short option, opening up the angle. You could see it eventuating when Markowski sort of stood off as if Bridus was going to take it, but when she didn't move to get into the box, you felt something was up. And in the end, I think it was Iria who was aware of that threat and was able to close down Markowski enough to affect the shot. J.J. Garron. Mijicic, dinking it over the top for Markowski, brings it down to Jordan. That's a good ball. Bomford trying to advance in. Bomford did the hard work, but then when it came to the shot, it is well wide. Creating just a few more chances in the beginning of this second half is FC Bulleen Lions, and it looks like they are preparing a change as well, maybe. Yep, the paperwork is being submitted. Danny Buttress, of course, the biggest name on the FC Bulleen Lion bench. Came off the bench to score the winner against Bentley last week, an 80th minute strike to secure a 1-0 win. Last year's gold medal winner, the young Matilda and Melbourne City representative. Eliadis, you had Jordan calling for it for quite a while. And by the time the pass was eventually made, Preston had recovered their shape. Markowski trying to play the ball in behind for Cordolino. Markowski claims it. Maya Markowski getting into the penalty area, looking for the cut back. It fell to Brightus. She couldn't get it in on goal. Jordan recovers it. And it just snakes between Cordolino and Markowski. But now Bomford. Round one, couldn't beat the second. Iria. And here we go. It is going to be Danny Buttress. Last year's gold medal winner. Media Player of the Year as well. And she is going to enter the fray in place of Cordolino. So Ash Jordan jogs over to the right. Buttress comes on the left. And Cordolino will make that long walk around behind the goals. So Buttress, she scored a brace to beat Essendon a fortnight ago in the league. Scored the lone goal of the game in a win against Bentley last week. What can she do tonight? Markowski's pass behind its intended recipient in Brightus. Garen's central header finds nobody in particular, wearing white at least. And now, again, Matsumoto is finding so much space on the right, but Preston just can't work the ball to her in it. Foot race is on. Malloy and Markowski. Malloy back to her Horison. Keeps it along the turf for Yamada. Just gets to Malloy before Buttress can arrive. Preston's coming under intense pressure from Bulleen again. Markowski on the left. Not one for the highlight reel, that. But more warning signs for Preston. You can just feel that momentum properly behind FC Bulleen Lions right now. Preston needing to find a way to stem the tide. No doubt they'd take significant momentum if they were able to do so. Significant confidence. They thought they should have had a throw in there, but they won't. Instead, JG Garen gets things going once more for Bulleen. Tiff Eliadis. Brightus plays the ball out to the right. Foot race is on. Won by Bulleen. But the pass intended for Bomford doesn't come off. And now Percy trying to run onto it. Flicks it over the defender. And then from range, just getting underneath it. And that will be a goal kick for FC Bulleen Lions. Approaching the hour mark here at Ginesteel Stadium at BT Connor Reserve. Score remains. Preston Lions 1. FC Bulleen Lions 1. So, as it stands, Box Hill in their game against Boroondara that has just kicked off, 5 minutes in that one, would have the opportunity to go top by the end of the evening. Here comes Preston. Valentine Percy, her first time ball. Doesn't quite come off. Yet Holly Maxey, the intended recipient. And it's going to be a Bulleen ball. Bomford over the top of her marker. Kane turns. Not the cleanest of passes. Has another go. Ball over the top. Markowski's going to give chase. Malloy is there. Ball up for grabs. Markowski hustling and bustling her way into the box. Cuts it back. Buttress. Surely. Buttress. She's onside. The goal is awarded. She's had about 2 or 3 touches. But more importantly for Bulleen, she's also now scored in 3 straight games. Her 4th in 3, and the lead for FC Bulleen Lions, the table toppers, is restored. Markowski did the dirty work, was made to pay in the aftermath, went down, was in a bit of pain. But Danny Buttress off the bench and almost immediately onto the score sheet. And just like that, it is Preston 2, FC Bulleen Lions 1. No, Preston 1, FC Bulleen Lions 2. There's too many Lionesses in this league. Now, can Preston find an instant response? Or can Bulleen look to put this game out of sight? Because one doesn't imagine that Bulleen will want to just ease out a win in this one. They entered today level on points with Box Hill atop the table. Their goal difference plus 31 to Box Hill's 30. So, plenty of incentives for Bulleen to try to score as much as possible, albeit they've found the going quite difficult against Preston thus far. Bridus looks to flick it forward for Markowski. Intercepted. Malloy. To Harrington. Her pass intended for Matsumoto. Didn't come off. Preston forced to come again. Build up from the back. Yamada. Kept it along the turf. Only as far as Eliadis. Jordan out there on the right now since Danny Buttress's introduction. Kane. Combination with Bridus. Buttress has space on the left. That's where the ball will go. Ghosts around one onto the right foot. And then back heel. Straight back into her marker. Battling for it. Play on is the call. Both players giving as good as they got in that wrestle. And it will be a Preston throw-in. Eavesdropping down in the dugout. Sounds as though coach Josip Lončarić is preparing to make a change for Preston as Markowski whips the ball in. Couldn't find a teammate. Clearance only goes as far as Buttress. Holly Massey battling to win it back for the hosts. Bodied off the ball by Markowski. Bodied unfairly per our referee. And it appears as though it's going to be Liv Edwards entering the fray for Preston. One wonders what sort of tactical tweak that will result in for the hosts. Valentine Percy, first time ball for Massey. Attempted flick back to the striker, doesn't come off. Bomford's ball, blocked away. Matsumoto's pass behind Percy. Jordan. Wanted Bridus, but Yamada had all the angles covered. Harrison, not the best of clearances. Went straight to Jordan. Hoofed the ball to the top of the box. Couldn't find a teammate though, and now we'll look at all this space in behind for Preston to potentially run into the area. Into the area, onto the right foot, saved by Dalost. Got to the top of her 6-yard box, closing down the angles, good save. ensuring that her side retains their 2-1 advantage. Play on is the call. Meanwhile, spoiler alert in case you're going to watch it back, but out at Wembley Park, Box Hill have taken a 1-0 lead over Boroondara. Sydney Minerick putting Pythagoras ahead in the 5th minute. So Box Hill doing their bit to keep the pressure on. As it stands now, Bulleen's goal difference on plus 32, Box Hill on plus 31. Those two sides will meet in a few weeks' time in a top-of-the-table clash, which could be a premiership deciding clash, the way things are shaping. Here again, looking for Percy in the middle, couldn't come off. Of course, the likes of the Essendon Royals and Avondale will want to have their say in that too. South Melbourne as well. Should be such an entertaining run home in the Senol NPL Women's Victoria competition. Has that changed? That was hinted at for Preston is now made official. Liv Edwards will enter the fray in place of Kirsten Malloy, who looks to have run herself ragged. She has been coming back from injury, only returned in round 18 after being absent for 3 months. Today just her 6th start on the campaign in her 8th appearance. Miocic with the acrobatic clearance, but it's going to come straight back. Holly Massey on the left, and Alyssa Dallost watches it all the way in and then takes the mark inside her own 6-yard box. So Liv Edwards has gone to centre back. Thought about following Maya Markowski, but given that Markowski now appears to be dropping into centre back herself, let her run. Good delivery in, something for Dallost to think about, but she thought about it clearly and took the grab. Then gets play moving to Jordan on the right. Kane, a lot of space in the middle of the park for Sarah Kane. Ball in behind, looking for Buttress. Important intervention. Coming in from Medwin. Medwin, who's come out here onto the right to guard against Buttress. Brisbane Roar player against the Melbourne City player. Buttress goes down, and it's going to be a corner, is it? Yes. Bulleen appealing for a free kick, saying that Buttress was unfairly pulled back. Continuing to argue their case, albeit this is now one of those arguments that you make so you get the next call rather than anything else. Ava Bridus already preparing to whip this ball in from the left-hand side. A horde of players in the Preston 6-yard box. And the corner doesn't quite reach its way to them. Bridus can have another go. Working against Liv Edwards. One way and then the other onto the right foot. Bridus! For Horrison. Watches it all the way into the gloves. Long ball forward, but for nobody really in particular for Preston as we approach just about 20 minutes of regulation remaining in this contest, plus stoppage time. Shouldn't have as much as the first half, where we had an extended break as the 4th official subbed in as an assistant referee. Jordan Nice turn to get past Harrington, who resorts to pulling her back, and that's going to earn her a yellow ticket. So second caution of the game for Preston. Malloy, though, has now made way, so Harrington the only player on the park on a yellow card. Everyone now getting back for Preston to defend. Maya Markowski, the obvious centre of attention for the Preston defence. Buttress doing her best to try to sneak out behind the back. Buttress with the goal that has Bulleen ahead. Free kick is taken short. Attempted 1-2. Bulleen want another free kick. They're not going to get one. And then Eliadis going to grounds. Sees Preston advance forward, and now again. Well, acres of space to run into, but Heria just unable to time her run, straying into an offside position. But you can see the danger for Bulleen. They need to keep coming forward. They need goals to bolster their goal difference and try to defend against any sort of run by Box Hill. But in doing so, they will leave space in behind for Preston, particularly the speedy Heria to run into. Bridus goes down. Bounce favours Bulleen. Danny Buttress carrying it inside before laying it off. Bridus has remained down on the turf, slowly getting to her feet. Edwards forced to shield the ball from a retreating Markowski, who gives away the free kick. Yamada wants to take it quickly. Won't be allowed to. Quick check-up required on a few players. A little worse for wear. Liv Edwards back playing, had a brief sojourn over in the US for the FIFA World Cup. Didn't see her while I was over there, but I saw her social media content. And on the ball now. Medwin kept the play moving and got the ball to Dewey. Edwards. Matsumoto tried to turn and face upfield, but the ball ricocheted away from her. J.G. Garron, ball in her hands. Buttress ricochets off her boots. But the decision in the end is a Bulleen ball. Free kick. So Mijicic comes up to take it. There's Valentine Percy, Preston skipper, just having a word with the referee. 73rd minute here at Jenna Steel Stadium at BT Connor Reserve. Bulleen maintain that 2-1 lead. Ball in behind. It's done very well. Is this the third? No. It is just not wide. Bomford had it set up almost perfectly for her. Just tries to guide it inside that far post. Unable to do so. But Bulleen, they'll have another opportunity to come forward as that one slices off the boot of Liv Edwards. Kane turns, very nice turn, took Holly Massey out of the game completely. Ball in behind for Markowski. Harrison retreats. Markowski on an angle. Cleared off the line by Yamada. Markowski, after a relatively quiet first half, has slowly built into the game in this second. She goes hunting for her 20th of this league campaign. Of course, it will also be something of an interesting conundrum for Coach Caitlin Friend about load management. Bulleen have a huge Nike FC Cup semi-final against South Melbourne this coming Wednesday. How does Coach Caitlin Friend manage going for a win, going for goals to bolster the goal difference, and managing players' legs ahead of that clash with Hellas? More pressing for her side. How do they defend against this opportunity for Preston? Yamada on an adventure coming forward from centre-back. Played the 1-2 with Percy. But in the end, just running out of leg room. The score at Wembley Park, meanwhile, remains Box Hill 1, Boroondara 1. Boroondara, of course, currently sitting 6th on the table, and Preston have equalised from range. It's Percy, her second of the game. And another shutter is sent through the NPL Women's Victoria Premiership race. As for the second time this evening, Valentine Percy equalises for Preston. They've struck rapidly twice to level this game up. And as a couple of changes come in for Preston, all momentum swings behind the hosts. So play resumes. Less than 15 minutes of regulation remaining. Preston 2, FC Bulleen Lions 2. Bulleen preparing another change. Nia Salah, another attacking change being prepared by the Lionesses. Well, in fact, it's a triumvirate of changes. 3 players have the bids off. Markowski wins a corner. So you've got Nikki Furukawa, the mid-season addition from South Melbourne. Cleo Angel, the young attacker. And Nia Salah, all awaiting their summons for FC Bulleen Lions. Markowski goes short. Looking to combine with Bridus before whipping it in. Almost sneaks out to the back post. Taylor Demaris, the only other outfielder available on the bench for Bulleen. Now, here the changes come. So Bomford will make way. Kat Ranahan will make way. And Ash Jordan will make way. So a midfielder comes off, a defender comes off, and an attacker comes off, and 3 attackers, nominally, enter the game for FC Bulleen Lions. As it stands on the live table, they have slipped to 2nd with Box Hill leading Boroondara. Almost half an hour gone in that game at Wembley Park. The score remains Box Hill 1, Boroondara 0. Meanwhile, Bulleen have themselves a free kick. Just over 10 minutes of regulation remaining in this one. Massive players at the top of the penalty area. All hands on deck to defend for Preston. Valentine Percy, the first defender, heads it clear. JG Garrett knocks it back. Markowski wasn't onside with her header. As a reminder, this is the first of a double header from Jenna Steele Stadium. You've got Preston's men set to take on Hume City's men in Senol NPL Men's Victoria action after this one. That game, plus Box Hill Burundara, as well as Bentley Avondale in the Senol NPL Women's Victoria competition, all live and free on the NPL Victoria YouTube page. As the throw-in intended for Matsumoto. Just out of her reach. And Bulleen have themselves a goal kick. And you can just see the urgency from Bulleen. Scores locked at 2-2. That, as it stands on the live ladder, is a result that sees them fall to second behind Box Hill. Medwin closed down by Buttress. Markowski knocks it forward. Bridus gives chase, only for Liv Edwards to arrive first. Throw in for Bulleen. 80 minutes gone here on the scoreboard at Jenna Steele Stadium. 10 minutes of regulation remaining, plus stoppage time. Buttress. Marshalled by Medwin. Another throw in for Bulleen, a few metres closer to goal. You've got Valentine Percy as the forward outlet for Preston. Otherwise, all other 9 outfielders back to defend. Buttress flicks the ball over the top of Matsumoto. Ball whipped in. Markowski goes back to get it. Will come out to Kane, but she'll just lean back, get underneath it, and deposit it over the crossbar behind the goals, that Northern Motor Group end. Harrison signals that she's going to go long. Puts her boot through it. Bounces forward. Preston wanted a free kick, which they will receive. A point will be so valuable for Preston here. As I said at the top of the broadcast, 9 points clear of the drop zone at this point. So they should be presumably pretty safe. But when you're picking up points against top of the table sides and you push for safety, just so valuable. Yamada kept a cool head, sent it out to the left. Detella's ball forward. Couldn't find a teammate, but it did buy a bit of breathing room, a bit of space. Kane tried to find Buttress. Medwin intercepts. Valentine Percy, the intended recipient of that ball. Mijicic took it back. Nia Sala playing more of a midfield role. As Bulleen try to get as many attackers on the park as possible. Nia Sala, heavy touch. Liv Edwards cleared away. Holly Massey claims the ball, sends it to Medwin, back to Harrison. Markowski applies the press. Edwards sends it forward to Valentine Percy. Gets underneath that first-time ball intended for Matsumoto. Matsumoto puts it into touch. JG Garen's throw sent back and then claimed again by Popovic. Matsumoto combining with Holly Massey. Advantage is the call. Valentine Percy as it's taken off her by Miocic. Eliadis slides it out to Sarah Kane. Ball over the top, looking for Buttress. Medwin, the important intervention. Amy Medwin, she's been fantastic for Preston tonight. This is her 4th start and as many appearances in the league. Had another one in the cup as well. Valentine Percy, adjudged to have been a bit too forward with her use of the body there. Eliadis still playing centre back for now. Will we see her thrown forward at some point? That's a heavy touch. Sees it come out. Now can Preston move forward quickly? Imagine if they were able to get a third. Look at all this space that they can work in. Iaria closed down at the last with the important intervention coming in from Cleo Angel. The youngster concedes a corner, but given the alternative, Bulleen will probably take that. Less than 5 minutes of regulation now remains. Preston 2, Bulleen 2. Corner taken short, Medwin sends it in, snakes its way through. Markowski saw it go past her, but Dalost reacts. And then maybe has hurt herself a little bit. Leaning on the ball for support. Meanwhile at Wembley Park, 32 minutes gone in that game. Score remains Box Hill 1, Burundara 0. Furukawa brought down, winning a free kick for her side. Nikki Furukawa, she scored for Bulleen in the Nike FC Cup after arriving from South Melbourne, yet to find the net in league play. As that one's coming back for offside. Taken quickly by Preston. Going in search of a winner of their own. Valentine Percy working against Cleo Angel. Angel did very well, winning the free kick. I think Valentine Percy has gone into the book there for just holding up the restart. Tiff Eliadis standing over it. No real short options to speak of until one eventually eventuates in Angel. Brightus tried to play it forward for Nikki Furukawa. Angel. Dispossessed, Preston ball. Markowski came through like a freight train, knocked it forward. Nia Sala couldn't pounce on it. Holly Massey for Preston. About to tick over to 88 minutes played as Preston come forward again. Medwin. That cross gets away from it. Ball doesn't find Buttress. Ricochets to Markowski. Her pass for Buttress over her head. She scored with almost her first touch, Danny Buttress, but has been largely frustrated since then. Preston switching across to put Amy Medwin on her. Ball bounces I think in the end, off the head of J.G. Garron. Indeed it did. Preston ball. Call from Caitlin Friend in the Bulleen dugout for her side to keep the ball in. They don't want Preston to just march up the field via throw-in, not with so little time left. Ball bounces over the head of Matsumoto. Mijicic wants to let it run for a goal kick, succeeds. Here we go, 89 minutes has passed on the scoreboard here at Jenna Steele Stadium at BT Connor Reserve. Scores are locked at 2 goals apiece. J.G. Garron plays the ball in behind. Buttress, chance to get onto it. Into the penalty area, Buttress. Round one, not round the second cleanly. Still trying to bustle the way through, and eventually Medwin claims and clears. It was Liv Edwards that came across to provide the contest that at least put her off. Markowski now. Appeals for a handball. Waved away. Holly Massey let it run, and then the bounce was favourable. Central. Valentine Percy trying to play it in behind. Bounces up off Eliadis. 4 minutes of added time here at Jenna Steele Stadium. 4 minutes for one of these two sides to find a winner. Nia Sala giving chase. She's not going to get there before it rolls to her Horison. Meanwhile, you've got Freya Duffy preparing to come on as a late sub for Preston. Horison puts her boot through it, only as far as J.G. Garron. Holly Massey, she's been big for Preston, but she can't find Valentine Percy. Mijicic, looking for Nikki Furukawa. Knocks it back down for Nia Sala. Brightus, heavy touch, not what was needed. The game really becoming stretched now. Matsumoto. Massey. Ghosts around J.G. Garron's challenge. Dinked ball to the top of the box. Headed clear. Sent back in. Dalost gets behind it. Dalost boots it forward. Markowski looking to bring it down. Knocks it forward. Looking for Nikki Furukawa. One to beat, but she can't beat it. As Yamada with this important intervention. Brightus. This game looking for one moment of inspiration, or else we'll finish tied at 2 goals apiece. Ball sent to the top of the box. Kane brings it down. Gets it back. Sarah Kane couldn't make proper contact with the shot. It'll be a goal kick. And that will, stoppage of play will allow Freya Duffy to come on. Matsumoto will make way for her. So Freya Duffy, after crossing over from Bentley Greens back in May, this is her 5th appearance on the campaign across both League and Cup. And she goes right up top to these right wing positions, maybe some fresh legs to run into the massive space in Bulleen's side of the pitch as they hurl numbers forward. Sarah Kane, free kick for Preston. Surely not long left now. The scoreboard here at the ground stops at 90. So not sure how much long left. Preston coach Josip Lončarić, I think, just getting an update on how many minutes of added time we had. Liv Edwards boots it forward. Mijicic couldn't send it back. Percy giving chase. Preston corner. So Holly Massey to take. Preston with numbers forward. They want the winner. Sian Dewey presented the short option. It's ignored. Bulleen have everyone back bar but Danny Buttress to defend. Cleared away. Preston will have the numbers. Dewey. And a left-footed delivery charged down by Salah. Booted away in the direction of Nikki Furukawa. Preston claim. Massey's header goes straight to Markovski. And full time rings out at Jenna Steele Stadium at BT Connor Reserve, and Preston have come from behind twice to secure a vital point against FC Bulleen Lions, whose premiership push suffers a blow. They will fall to second on the table if Box Hill are able to hold on in their game against Boroondara this evening and claim the 3 points. Valentine Percy, the skipper, the hero for Preston, with both of their goals. It was Ash Jordan and Danny Buttress, the latter off the bench on the score sheet for Bulleen. And another twist in this intriguing, this enthralling, this captivating Senol NPL Women's Victoria competition. Reminder, you can catch every twist and turn on that road ahead on the NPL Victoria YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, get them subscribed as well. Every game of the Senol NPL Women's Victoria season, every game of the Senol NPL Men's Victoria season, cup matches, it's all there. For now, though, my name has been Joey Lynch. Thank you ever so much for your company this evening. You can catch Box Hill Boroondara on the YouTube page, or you can stick around and find the link for Preston's men up against Hume City. That game kicking off very soon as well. But for now, though, I'll say thanks and success.
Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2, testing 1 2.
Testing 1 2. Yep. I can only hear one ear, but that's okay. That's fine. Yeah. Yep.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
stay standing for the silence. Well, it's been a little while since we've seen this much of a blockbuster Friday night in Senol NPL Victoria. It is a huge round 20 where all of the top six play off against each other, and tonight we have a heavyweight battle. It is Preston versus Hume City from Jenna Steele Stadium, and I hope that you will sit back and enjoy the show for the next 2 hours on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. It is, well, on the table at second v sixth, but as we know, Preston have been in hot form, and once you factor in the points deduction,